Hayes Eastwood TV, and we about to talk about the big boys. What's going on with the heavyweights, Jay? But hold up. Let me say my script. Guys, you've joined the fam. If you haven't joined the fam, please subscribe. We're over 1,000 channels, and once you subscribe, hit that notification button to get the latest boxing content. Now that I got that shit out of the way, let's get into it. What's going on, man? I'm hearing that AJ talking about, man, he want a piece of Wilder, bruh. What you think about that?
Man, it's like 3 fights too late. You know, I still will watch it because
I definitely watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. You know, I'm gonna watch that fight definitely because they got bad blood for 1, 2. Both of them coming on a loss. But the thing is, Wilder's had 2 hard ass fights with Fury.
Actually, 3.
You know, I mean, the first one wasn't as hard because he didn't get his ass knocked out.
He didn't get his ass knocked out, but he still had 3 hard fights with him.
Oh yeah, I mean, his last. I mean, he fought Fury back to back. Before that, he had Ortiz, which was a hard fight for him.
Yeah, it was.
You know, so I mean, the thing is, I mean, we don't know what Wilder has left in the tank. He's talking about retirement. He's talking about doing some sabbatical to find out, or seeing some strength or something to see if he should retire and whatnot. I don't know if he wants to fight anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it might have to take something like he did to Fury to tell Fury to come out of retirement. Fury might have to come out there and tell him to come on. You can't beat me, but you can beat everyone else. Come on. Yeah. You know, because I mean, AJ needs a dance partner. AJ can either fight, you know, talking about, they say he wants Fury, Joe Joyce, or Otto Wallen, who gave Fury a good fight. I don't want to see the Otto Wallen fight. Joe Joyce, you know, of course, I want to see the Wilder AJ fight if Wilder has the right mindset. You know, they don't need a belt to fight for me to watch it. I think it's going to be action packed if Wilder has the right mindset.
So my if I had to summarize this in one word, just use one word to kind of summarize, AJ wanted to fight Wilder. Cap. Ain't no damn way in hell he want to fight Wilder.
I mean, but think about it, he might want to fight Wilder now because he sees Wilder has been broken.
Oh man!
I mean,
Wilder still has that right hand. There was a reason why he was avoiding him. So let me ask you this: do you feel that AJ was avoiding Wilder with all the negotiations ploy that were occurring, let's say 4 or 5 years ago, however long that was?
I mean, I would think so.
Yeah,
I would think so.
He was avoiding him, and there's a reason why he was avoiding him. Is
I wanted to act like AJ.
Yeah, that big right hand, man. And guess what? Fury figured out a way to get around that big right hand, right? I don't think AJ can because Fury has the heart to get around that right hand and the skill to get around that right hand. AJ does not. So if Usyk outboxed him, what's the Latino kid, the Mexican kid that beat him?
And Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, Ruiz knocked him out. What do you think is going to happen once Wilder catches him with one of those right hands, man, and then just goes crazy on him, man, with all those Alabama wild swings?
I mean, we know AJ will quit.
He's gonna quit.
We know that from the Ruiz fight. Because
the only fight that he didn't quit on, man, is Vladimir Klitschko. And in reality, man, I just don't think Vladimir actually pushed him like he should have. He was waiting to get knocked out. Vladimir just didn't push him.
Yeah, I don't think Vladimir had it in him to push him because Vladimir was so much older at that time.
I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
You know, Vladimir was, and plus that was for the vacant belt that because Tyson Fury had vacated because he was going through his old personal stuff at the time.
Right.
You know, so, but yeah, I mean, I want to like AJ, but
I don't.
I can't. He doesn't have the heart like Bama,
man,
AKA also known as Wilder.
Man, he just looked like he just looked like somebody just grabbed a bodybuilder and threw him in the ring, bro.
But he was Olympian, though. He was an Olympian. So he has to have some type of boxing.
He was Olympian, man, but most heavyweights started late. I mean, he started late too.
Him and
Wilder, but late.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, Wilder was 34 years old, man, and he was in the Olympics. So I mean, shit.
Shut up, man. He wasn't good about 32 though.
for heavyweights, man, you can start late and be in the Olympics, man. So, hell, wasn't Gerald Washington in the Olympics too? Man, all them old ass cats was probably in the Olympics, man. I think I would be, and like I said, man, if I had to summarize it in one word, I would say it's Cap. But man, I would be so excited to see that fight, man, because
Hell yeah.
I know it's gonna end in someone
In a
going
knockout.
to sleep. Right? It's gonna be interesting. I think boxing fans have debated for a while who would win this fight. Will it be? And if you ask me now, don't get me wrong. I think AJ is a better, more polished fighter.
Agreed.
But I think Deontay is athletic enough. He pumps that jab enough, and I think he has enough to especially working with what is his name, Malik Scott. Especially working with him, man. It seems like, man, I'm seeing some of the development of the skill. Now Malik Scott is saying that Wilder always had that. I don't believe that.
He had to get broken down by Tyson Fury to get that. He had to take that ass whipping to realize, like, hey, I can't rely on just this one punch, in a fight to win.
So if I thought he really had that in him, then you would have really seen it more so in the third fight. If he could do all this stuff and was able to do this stuff years ago, then it's just pulling the tool out of the toolbox and remembering the things that you used to do. Mm-hmm. Looking at Wilder looked like still someone who was almost like a duck out of water, right? He's unsure. Fish out of water, whatever.
Fish out of water, yeah.
He still looked like he was unsure of what it was that he wanted to do. When he was going to the body, he was exerting so much energy just to throw those body shots. And he looked tired, man, around 3 or 4. One thing, Wilder has heart, but I think Wilder also seems like he almost has that nervous kind of anxiety type of energy before he goes to the ring, similar to what Oscar De La Hoya used to display. And I feel like that drains his energy, man, to the point where once he gets past round 3 or 4, at least in this big, man, in the more recent fights, he seems to get really tired. Prior to that, man, I mean, he didn't seem to get as tired, but he did get tired in some of those fights. Now that I think about it, man, he got tired maybe a little bit later, maybe 6 or 7, because he was dead tired against Stavern. He was dead tired against Stavern, man. He knocked him out early in the second fight, but the first fight by round 6, he was dead tired.
Yeah, well, he broke his hand in that fight too.
Yeah. Was it the Stavern fight? He broke his hand?
Yeah, he broke his right hand in the Stavern fight because I think it was his right or left. Either way, he stopped throwing it. So I mean, he really wasn't, he wasn't really doing much in that fight after he hurt him. And then
but he still looked tired.
Yeah, he got tired.
I think done after about 6.
I think he got tired more so the last few fights because he's fighting better competition. They're pushing him more. He's having to think more. He just can't think. Boom. Even some of the latter competition he was fighting early on, outside of your boy, Brazil.
Oh my God, knocked him to sleep.
Oh my gosh, I was destroyed. He destroyed that man's life for like 2 years. He was gone. Mm-hmm. But I just don't. Man, the fight with AJ would be an interesting fight. I see AJ trying to do what he did with Ruiz. He's going to try. He's not going to get close. He's not going. But they both got about the same reach length.
They're about the same height. Mm-hmm. The reach, to me, actually, I would think Deontay has probably got a longer.
A little longer.
He looks lankier than Joshua, so you could probably still find him at range. Now that doesn't necessarily mean anything because, I thought Deontay Wilder was longer in terms of reach than Gerald Washington, but Gerald Washington was actually giving him some challenges when they were fighting as well. So it's an interesting.
He was outboxing Deontay.
That's exactly. But the thing about it, man, and it's possible that AJ can do that, man. I just think Wilder has the grit to persevere through what AJ doles out, and I don't think AJ has the grit to do it. And I think that's really what it comes down to, in my opinion, why I would lean Wilder to win that fight versus AJ.
Yeah, I agree with you on that because Tyson Fury is a unicorn. Mm-hmm. Tyson is slick. He's smart. He's calculated in there. he's just, I mean, he made me a fan. After the first fight when he got up, I was like, draw, like, ooh, I don't know about a draw. I know Tyson got dropped. Then people are like, well, Tyson got a long count in round 11, but I'm like, even if he did get a long count, when he got up, he outworked Wilder the rest of that fight after being knocked down like he did.
Absolutely.
He clearly outworked Wilder. So for anyone that says that we always hating on European fighters, not hating on Tyson, because Tyson shows he can actually fight.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
And he has the ultimate heart. He doesn't cower away like AJ did.
I agree.
A few times. So
I'm a Tyson fan too, man. I'll probably be a little bit more of a fan if he got rid of that muffin top. So fans, hey man, guys, we appreciate you guys, man. Subscribers, hey, let us know what you guys think in the comments, man. Who's gonna win that fight, man? And are you excited to see that fight? We're looking forward to talking to you guys in the comment.
Hell yeah.
Until next time, peace.
Peace.